Hi everyone, this is your announcement for History 202. Today is Monday, March 11th. So time is marching on, as they say. All right, so where we are at is last week I issued a little bit of a challenge, an opportunity to gain one extra point on your quiz for Module 3.2, and so to the few of you, 4 people did it, who responded to that. I think there was one more actually. But anyway, for the 4 who wrote email messages to me, I did put that extra point on your quiz. The person who posted on the announcement, I will get you that extra point too. Okay, so thanks for participating in that. All right, and there's another bonus credit opportunity for this week's announcement as well, and I'll get to that later. Okay, so first, I am going to be grading your discussions from Module 3.2, which you completed last week. I will be doing that this week. Now you, and I'm with you too, but we are going to start Module 4 this week, which covers America in World War II all the way to the Cold War, so roughly the years 1941 to 1960. It's a big, important chunk of the 20th century that we're going to be looking at this week and actually next week also as we make our way towards spring break, which is in 2 weeks. But before we get there, there's work to be done. Okay, so this week we're going to look at America in World War II. There is a self-check quiz which is due on the 12th, which is tomorrow. And there was a discussion for this week, but I have decided to take that discussion out. You're welcome. Okay, because I think I would rather you work on the paper, which is coming up. And I've called it a mini paper, but there actually is quite a bit of work that you have to do before you get that paper done. And that paper will be due on March 24th, so right before spring break. And of course, you can submit it before that day. Okay, so so that's where we're at time-wise. Now, as far as your paper goes, this is where it's going to be very critical that you look at every single page in the module. Okay, so I'm going to say again to go to the modules and you want to read through every single page. That is the best way to go through the class. And especially for this project. So this is the Critical Mission Atomic Bomb mini paper you'll be writing, and it's all about President Truman's decision. So this is after, World War II is winding down. We're going ahead to the end of it. President Truman is deciding how to end the war in the Pacific theater. Okay, so there were 2 major theaters of World War II, the European theater and the Pacific theater. So we're talking about the Pacific theater, the war against the Empire of Japan. So President Truman is deciding, how do we end this thing? Because the Japanese aren't wanting to surrender. Okay, so it's looking kind of messy. And meanwhile, there's this really incredible new weapon that has been developed right here in New Mexico, in Los Alamos. And it was tested here not too far from Alamogordo at the White Sands, well, not the White Sands Missile Range, but at the Trinity Site Proving Ground. Okay, so this is very relevant to us. Okay, so to do this project, it's very important that you read every single instruction carefully. And there are many primary source documents. Now, basically, you are going to be pretending to be an advisor to President Truman, and you're going to do research, and then you're going to make a recommendation to him as to whether or not he should use the atomic bomb to end the war in the Pacific against Japan. But before you make that recommendation, you have to do research and you have to lay out all the pros and cons to that decision for the president. So this paper, the sources that you're going to use include our textbook, chapters 34 and 35. So that's important to read. And actually the key word for this week and next week is read. Okay, read. I can't say that enough. Read. read the textbook, read each page of the module, and then within the module there are primary source documents. And so it's important that you read all of those primary source documents, and there are quite a few there, which is why I'm giving you 2 weeks, okay, to complete this paper. All right, now the paper itself doesn't have to be like, 10 or 20 pages. It's not that long of a paper. But in order to produce a good product for President Truman, you do have to do the research. Okay, so there are more aspects to this paper that I want to talk to you about that I think I might save for next week's announcement. But again, just read all of the instructions very carefully and get busy reading all of the documents. Okay, so that's very important. All right, now for the bonus, the extra credit opportunity for this week, since you are smart and you're watching this announcement, you have this opportunity. Okay, so I had told you that I'm training to do the Baton Memorial March, and it's actually happening next Sunday. I mean, we're less than a week out now, and I can't believe it. So yesterday was my long walk, and I walked 12 miles. It took me almost 4 hours. It was pretty crazy. But I survived, and I'm looking forward to next week when I will walk the Memorial March. I'm not doing the whole thing, 26.2, but I will be walking 14.1 miles in the sands around the White Sands Missile Range. Is anyone out there going to do it too? Let me know. Okay, so your bonus credit opportunity is this. There is an assignment. It says bonus credit 2. All right, so in that assignment, this is what I want you to submit. Look up on the internet, it's okay to use the internet for this, look up what the Baton Memorial March is all about. Who is being honored by the Baton Memorial March that is held at White Sands Missile Range every year. And write me a 1-paragraph summary in your own words, don't copy and paste from the internet, in your own words, answering that question. Who does the Baton Memorial March honor? Okay, and so that will be worth 5 extra credit points. Okay, so just for watching this announcement and just doing a little bit of extra work, which is actually interesting because I think that this is an important part of the war history that I think we should all know and consider. Okay, that is it for this week. This has been a very long announcement. I hope you all have a very good week. And if you read those instructions for the paper and you are confused or need clarification, please, please, please contact me this week so we can start working on that. Okay? Thank you. Bye. Have a good week.